Hey guys, so this is where we ended up today. I kind of went in thinking I wanted to do a halo look and decided to go with bronze. It's finally feeling springish, summerish, and I love me a bright lip, as we know. So stay tuned and we're going to get here. We used some Tarte and Tasha Denona Tropic palette and some Limelight shadows and my usual face and some Smashbox. So let me know what you guys think and hang out. Thanks. I'm going to start off with some Must Dew and Calm Balm in my hand. 2 squirts of each. Where's my eye serum? Please ignore this, and that. Yeah. Ah, shit. When your eye serum's full, don't open it down. I just finished watching the Nikki tutorial and Sir John video, and he said eye serum on the lips. Well, actually, keep it hydrated, so we're trying that today. And yes, that is my personal one. I do not take that one anywhere, so I can go straight on my lips. He said with matte lipsticks, they tend to dry down really hard. So if you do that, it'll actually keep it from, I think I used this once before. It's the Primitizer Photo Finish Smashbox. I'm going to do 2 pumps of that and a drop of the Celestial Cover FX drops. And the vault of this just went on sale for $117 for I think it's 6 or 8 of them, so I snatched that up for the kit. Weird and cakey or any of that stuff, and I'm going to prime my eyes first. I'm going to start there because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Obviously, after you get through the intro, you know where I'm going to end up, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm thinking a halo of some sort. This is Concealer Zero from Limelight. I use it as my primer every day. Works the same way as a MAC Paint Pot or your favorite concealer. Sorry, getting little hairs. I have not combed out my curls yet. And you want a very thin layer. You don't want anything too thick. I was originally thinking purple and gold, but now I'm kind of leaning towards bronze and a coral lip. Very spring, summer. Maybe I'll do purple and gold next week. Around the life. If I can get this sucker open. This is the new Makeup Forever palette. As in the tin palette. The shadows are Limelight, but they're kind of a butt to open. Trying to keep it PG. Won't last long. Alright, doing my color switch with my fluffy brush. And going in with Cream Boat to set everything. When I switch from Limelight shadows, I will tell you. I need a new Cream Boat in case you can't tell. Alright, I think I'm going to follow the bronze route. So I'm going to go in my crease with One Night Stand, which is this guy right here. Oh, we're hitting pan on that too. So for the halo, I like to start with a very diffuse crease, almost up to the brow with like a transition shade, and then I'll work my way in. Or work my way down, depth, whatever you want to say. That's a little better. comment on the video when you watch this if like the lighting's way off, because I have to work on that. I'm newbie, so bear with me. I'm actually going to start my creation here. Corrupt from Melt. It's a little bit on the orangey side, which is totally okay. It's kind of like a rust. So I'm going to apply this on the outer V. Pretty thick. I'm going to leave it blank in the middle, and then we're going to do a little on the inner corner. And don't worry how it looks at this point, we're going to blend it, so no stress. Make sure it's a little bit V'd on both sides so we're even. How wide you leave the halo area is totally up to you. I feel like I always end up with it much thinner than I originally planned, but it's fine. That's how it works. I need a stiff little guy. I don't know if that's too stiff. We'll just do a pencil brush. That'll work. Sorry, having another debate on what I want to use for this. I think I'm actually going to bust out the Tropic palette and use some cocoa. We just don't have anything that has a little bit of warmth to it as a brown that isn't too dark. Like I'm looking at the Limelight shadows. We're still growing. So we're going to apply this over here. Kind of blend around the edges and soften that. So you want to get the shadow totally covered on the liner. The liner helps give us a base and something to stick to and kind of like a guideline. Also helps give it a little bit more darkness without putting in like a ton of effort and having to do like 8 shadows. I'm all about maximum payoff and minimum effort when I can. Especially when you have to work quick, like on Bridal and things like that, like, you gotta find your tips and tricks that work for you. Bringing it up into the crease a little bit on the inner corner. And you definitely want a small brush for this part because you need the control. And you want a little bit more density to blend out better. If it's too fluffy, you're just going to lose all of your color. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a pointed taper brush. This is a Morphe one. And I'm going to use some Fake Tan, which is this shade right here, to blend out the top a little bit. I could go back in with One Night Stand too, but this is in front of me. Has a little bit more warmth than that too, so that's what I'm going for. And if you mess up the center, don't worry, we can go back over and clean that up with some concealer or primer, or just use a glitter glue, and the shadow will cling right over top of it. Okay, so you can see we're kind of building into that shape. I'm going to go in with one more shade darker. I'm going to use Brownie Points from Limelight, which is this guy right here. You can see he's pretty deep, because he's obviously a he. I don't know why I just gave it a gender. Okay, same brush as before. A little bit of Brownie Points. blend over top of that. Now I'm going to connect it slightly once the pigment's off my brush, up above the halo area. I'm going to use a smidge in the inner corner here. The halo eye also creates the illusion of roundness, so it kind of is the opposite of like a cat eye. Connecting. Okay. Good for the moment. Right in front of me the whole time. This is Sun Drenched by Tarte. It's their Chrome Paint Pot shadow. Trying not to tip it and tilt it all over me. Awesome shade. So I'm actually going to wet my brush with some 10 Years Younger. Nope, that's First Base. Same difference. Wetting your brush also has Sir John, who is Beyonce's makeup artist. So if I'm saying this name and you guys don't know who it is, he's phenomenal, obviously. It makes your shadow last longer by wetting your brush too. So we're just going to go in that center area. And I just want to softly blend it into the darker shadow on the outer areas. Just want to do a soft overlap so everything blends. A little more spray. Rocket, what you doing, babe? There's now a very popular cut crease version of the halo. I personally am not going to go that way. I'm going to keep it softer. There's just less movement I have to worry about while I'm working. Going back in with that pencil brush and just diffusing the lines. There we go. Alright, onto the face. Gonna use up some of the Shinto Zero I have here. Since we already did the primer and everything for the skin, we're good to go. Everything absorbed. This is Shinto Zero. Sir John also said RCMA is the best foundation. Old school RCMA, and that's who makes ours. So, I'm not lying. We're just trying to sell something. I actually really enjoy doing makeup and tutorials and helping women feel better any way I can. And this is Ivory. It's a much lighter shade. My Artis knockoff brush. Sometimes I put Must Dew on my brush and then blend it out, but it's pretty warm today, so I'm gonna be dewy in no time, aka sweaty. Just trying not to mess up my shadow too much. You almost want to put your brush down, whether it's like a kabuki or whatever you're using, and just gently put that foundation line up when you do your eyes first, just so everything stays clean and it doesn't get all wonky on you. Then you can clean it up further with concealer, which is what you'll see me do. And down the neck. I don't care how great your foundation matches, do not stop blending here, at least go under the chin. At least. I say down the neck, but to each their own. There's no wrong way. Dang it, I had the concealer. There it is. Alright, so I'm gonna take the ColourPop F7 brush and I'm actually gonna dip it into the concealer 1, which has a green tinge, this one right here, and I'm gonna use this over my red areas to kind of cancel a little bit. Not too bad. My forehead's just like, of course, the most obvious one. And a little bit on each cheek. Okay. I just wanted a little bit extra coverage there. Alright, so I'm going to use my finger and do the under eye area. I use my finger for this because it's a wax base, so it melts into the skin better. Alright, and now I'm going to take 10 Years Younger and spray it on here. Then dip that and apply under the eye. Just until it feels tacky, and that'll help keep everything in place and smooth. Under eye area can get very dry and very creasy. This is a way to make it last and not get out of control on you. Especially if you have long days like I do sometimes. This has really been tried and true, and I do it every day. So, I have no reason to lie. Alright, I'm going to set my face with some No Color powder. Mascara here. It's the same as RCMA's No Color, it's just a pressed form. It's like a soft focus filter in a powder. It's freaking awesome. And you do want to use it to set the under eye area if you crease. You can still bake with it if that's how you prefer. I've just realized lately I'm no longer 22 and baking's not gonna work for me and look normal. I was looking at old pictures when my hair was like super short and hot pink. I look like a drag queen. I mean, I did makeup well and I enjoyed it a lot, but I was more into the Instagram style because I was still honing in my techniques. And that's the most common way I think you learn and branch out. And unfortunately, that also has its setbacks because now we have all these people that think layer, 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 and it's just not necessary. So if you want an artist, actually I need bronzer first, not this. If you want an artist that's going to cake on your face, I mean, I can do that. I don't prefer to. But I'm also not going to overuse product just to overuse product. Like, if you need it, absolutely, I will do it. And I will give you the best full coverage, but only if it's actually necessary. This is the perfect bronzer that we're getting new shades in soon. I'm going for more bronze versus contour. I like to use bronzer to create depth in my face, but I also have to create, I say depth or warmth. I like the bronzer for the warmth and the depth. I just don't like it to be super defined. I'm so pale, I have to do something. Okay, back to the blush. We're going to use some Keen, this middle one, to dupe for Nora's Orgasm that is not tested on animals. I think it's number 4. Alright, so now that under eyes are done, I'm going to go back in with that. And I think we'll start with brownie points. And apply that with an angle brush in the halo areas, and then we'll blend it. If I can get this sucker open again. Okay, just a little tap on the brush. Probably did 2 because I'm extra. So this is also where you can play with your eye shape if you don't want to do dark on the inner and outer, don't. Does not matter. Your self-expression, not anyone else's. Color switch. Okay, I'm going to go back in the Tropic palette and do a little, actually I'm going to try Sahara to smoke that out. And I'm using bigger than a pencil brush because I want it to be more diffused. Using a little cocoa. Sahara and cocoa. Cocoa is that brown shade I used up top. That's better. Need both apparently. I just didn't want it to get too dark and too low. But sometimes going with the eye bags works. There we go. Nice and diffused. Now, throw more things. Back onto the wet brush with some sun drench, and we're going to put that underneath the lash line in the middle. There we go. Can't decide if I want to do glitter. I also need to wax them, so matte highlight is better. Shimmer will just draw attention to those itty bitty little hairs. Alright, I'm going to set my face, plump my lips. I need to switch over to Oil Strike badly. I'm just lazy. It's behind me and I don't feel like getting it. So I'm going to let this sit for a sec. I'm going to add a highlight. Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop is totally for this look. This is the M510. It's what I love to use for my highlight, to be honest. And upper lip. Cupid's bow. Oh, I forgot to contour my nails. Damn it. Alright, I'm going to plump my lips and do that. That was a lip defold tool. I use it when I'm going to use liquid lipstick. It really makes my life easier. And this is Blast Off from Smashbox, their liquid lip. Keep this little easy breezy. I'm trying to get out this rose gold color. It says UA lip topper. I want it. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna add this over top of the lip gloss, lipstick, whatever it is. There we go. Alright, feeling bronzy. I'm gonna fluff out the curls. There we go. Alright guys, so this is our finished look. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining me, and if you liked it, subscribe, like, share. Keep me motivated to do these things. And all my Limelight link will be below with the descriptions and where you can find me. I'll see you soon. Thanks.